hotel. The fire is still not under control, and the building is at risk.
Yep. A water tender, I guess. Where can you go? Here? I keep pressing the wrong button.
Heading to operational area. Listening. Understood.
Hello. Will you please type in chat if you understand me?
Heading to the operational area. I can't do that. Unable to comply. Listen, can't do that. Got it. Arrived at destination. Task completed.
You need firemen for your... You need firemen.
Understood. I can't do that. Can't do that.
I can bring you, I
Task
can bring you.
completed. Listening. Vehicle on the move. Arrived at. Will do. On the scene. Task completed. Returning to base. Heading to operational area.
What the... No.
Awaiting
Right,
instruction.
right.
Unable to comply.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Listening.
What are you doing?
Vehicle on the move. Arrived at destination. Ready. Returning to base.
Am I doing everything alone or what?
On the move. On the scene.
Listening. Got it.
Heading to operational area. Arrived at...
I
Ready.
got it.
Returning to vehicle.
Awaiting instructions.
Task.
Returning to base. Red.
New orders received.
Returning to base. Returning to base.
Task completed. Heading to operational area.
An emergency has been completed.
Awaiting instructions. Understood. Listening. Got it. Arrived at destination. Task completed. Heading to the operational area. Ready. Will do.
An emergency has been new orders received.
Dropping off crew. Listening. Moving out. Vehicle on the move.
This isn't your unit.
Ready. Destination confirmed.
Wind direction change. East.
Listening. Crew still in action. Awaiting instructions. Will do. Awaiting instructions.
Bonus.
Listening. Arrived at destination. Arrived at destination. Awaiting instructions. Recall. Returning to... Ready. Returning to... Awaiting instruction. Returning to base. Ready. I can't do that. Crew, return.
New orders received.
Recalling crew. On the move. On the move.
Heading to operational area.
An emergency has been completed.
Setting down.
Will do.
On the scene. Wait.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. On the scene.
Awaiting instructions. Understood. Taking damage. Listening.
Awaiting instruct. Crew, return. Task completed.
Heading to operational area. Arrived at destination.
Task completed.
Understood.
Ready. Understood.
On the scene. On the scene.
Ready.
Ready. Got it. Task completed. Task completed.
Ready. Will do. Task
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Ready. Recalling crew. Returning to base.
listening. Crew, returning to base.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
Heading to operational area.
Listening.
Task completed.
Crew, returning to base.
Awaiting.
Listening. Understood.
On the move. Heading to operational area.
Task completed.
On the scene. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base.
Oh, never mind. I got it.
On the move.
Right, I got it.
Returning to base.
New orders received.
On the move. Heading to operational area. On the move.
An emergency has been completed.
Listening. Got it. Ready. Understood. Awaiting instruct. Will do. Got it. Moving out. Task completed. Listening.
An emergency has been completed.
Arrived at destination. On the move. On the move. Ready. On the scene. Got it. Arrived at destination. Ready. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Taking damage. Taking damage. On the move. Heading to operational area. Heading to operational area. Listening. Will do. Taking damage. Arrived at destination. Awaiting. Understood. Taking damage. Task completed. Ready. Got it. Listening. Will do. Task ready.
Awaiting understood. Taking
On the move. Awaiting instruction. Understood. Ready. Got it. On the scene. Task completed. Will do. On the scene. Listening. Crew returning to base. Task completed. Task completed. Ready. Vehicle on the move. Awaiting instruction. Crew still in action.
using special skill.
Heading to the operational end.
Using special skill. Listening. Transporting patient.
An emergency has been completed.
Destination confirmed.
On the scene.
Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base.
Listening. Will do. Unable to comply. Task completed. I can't do that. Crew, return. Ready.
Awaiting instructions. Understood.
Awaiting instructions. Understood. I can't do that. Can't do that. On a. I can't do that. Unable to comply.
Task complete.
Will do.
Heading to operational area. Awaiting Will do.
to operational area.
Arrived at destination.
Red.
Listen. Understood. Ready.
Listening. Understood. On the scene.
Awaiting instructions. Entering vehicle.
Awaiting instructions. Ready. Returning to base.
Task completed. On the move. Task completed. Task completed. Awaiting got it. On this, entering vehicle. Returning to vehicle. Listening. Understood.
Awaiting instructions. Crew, return.
Ready. Will do.
Awaiting. Got it.
Awaiting crew. Returning to.
Awaiting instruction. Returning to base. Task completed.
Task complete. Awaiting returning to base.
Listening. Crew, return. Returning to base.
Listening. Will do. Task completed. On the move.
New orders received.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Heading to operational area. Arrived at destination.
Listen. Understood. Ready. Got it. Awaiting. Will do. Listening. Understood. Task completed.
Awaiting returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions.
Task completed.
Returning to base.
An emergency has been completed.
Heading to operational area.
On the move.
Arrived at destination. On the move.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. I'm under attack.
On the scene.
Ready.
Awaiting instruct. Will do.
Awaiting instruct. Understood. Ready. Recalling crew. Returning to base.
On the move. On the scene.
Ready. On the move. I'm under attack. Moving out. Will do. I'm under attack. Awaiting instruct. Got it. I'm under attack. Unable to comply. Transporting arrested persons to the station.
Listening. Recalling crew.
Arrived at this.
Listening. Will do.
Heading to the operational area.
Ready. Crew, return. Returning. Listening. Recalling. Returning to...
Ready.
Listening. Understood. Listening.
Listening. Understood.
Task completed. On the move. Heading to operational area. Awaiting instruction. On my way. Understood. On this...
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Ready. Will do. Ready.
Task completed. Task completed.
Awaiting instructions. I can't do that. Recalling crew.
Ready.
Task completed. Listen.
Ready. Returning to vehicle.
Ready. Returning to base. Task completed.
Using special skill.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
Listening. Using special skill. Using special skill. On the scene. On the move.
Ready. Understood. Listening. Got it.
Awaiting it.
Awaiting instruction. Will do. Ready. Understood.
On the move.
New orders received.
Task completed. Task completed. Ready.
Arrived at destination.
Will do. Task completed.
Using special skill.
Task completed. Task completed.
Using special skill. Using special skill. On the scene. Listening. Arrived at destination.
Awaiting instructions.
Awaiting returning to base. Ready. Listening.
Task completed.
Returning to base.
Heading to operational area. Listening.
Wind direction change. East.
On the scene. Awaiting
Using awaiting got it. Awaiting instructions. Ready. Recall. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base.
on the move.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to vehicle. Awaiting instruction.
Listening. Returning to base.
Task complete. completed.
Heading to the operational area. On the scene. On the move. On the move.
Ready.
Arrived.
Using special skill.
Arrived at. Ready. On aim. Will do. Listening.
Listening. Understood. Awaiting instructions. Crew still in action.
Awaiting instructions. Crew returning to base.
Listen, I can't do that. Recall it. Returning to base.
Ready.
Task completed. Awaiting understood. Heading to operational area.
Awaiting instructions. Got it.
Arrived at destination.
Heading to operational area.
Ready. Got it.
Awaiting instructions. Got it. Arrived at destination. Will do. Listening. Recalling. Returning to base.
Listening.
Listening. Understood.
I can't do that.
Red, can't do that. Ready. Returning to base.
Awaiting instructions. Recalling. Returning to base.
Heading to operational area. Listening. On the scene. Unable to comply. Will do. On the move. Heading to operational area. Red, understood. Taking damage. Arrived at awaiting instruction. Got it. Task completed. Listen, will do. Understood. Ready. Got it. Awaiting vehicle on the move. Arrived at death. Will do. Listening. Understood.
Wind direction change. West.
Tick. Ready.
One of your vehicles.
Can't do that. Awaiting instructions. Moving out. Listening. Destination confirmed. On the scene. Got it. Ready. Will do. Awaiting instructions. Understood. Listening. Vehicle on the move. On the scene. Got it. Will do. Understood. Taking damage. Arrive. Moving out. Taking damage. Taking damage. Destination confirmed. Arrived at destination. Taking damage. Got it. Ready. On the scene. Will do. Awaiting instruct. Understood. Listening. Got it. Taking damage. Arrived at destination. Ready. Ready. Listening. Awaiting instructions. Awaiting Understood. Returning to base. Ready. Listening. Returning to base. Heading to operational area. On the move. Can't do that. Will do. On the scene. Got it. Awaiting instructions. Understood. Ready. Will do. Task completed. Listening. Got it. Ready. Returning. Listening. Returning to... Awaiting instruct. Returning to base. Ready. Listening. Returning to base.
On the move. Heading to operational area. Taking damage. On the move. Oh.
Ready.
Taking damage.
Chaos level critical.
Arrived at destination.
Ready. Taking damage.
Wind direction change. South.
Listening. Ready.
Heading to operational area. Ready. Crew, return, listening, returning, awaiting returning to base. Taking,
Awaiting got it. On the move. Task completed. Task complete. Heading to operational area. Heading to the operational area. Arrived at destination.
using, ready. Returning to base.
On the scene. On the scene.
An emergency has been completed.
Rep, can't do. Understood. Unable to comply. Understood. Task completed. On the move. On. Can't do that. I can't do that. Will do. Unable to comply. Got it. Listening. Understood. Will do. Task completed. Got it. Listening. Understood. Will do. Return to base. Awaiting instructions. Return to base. Listening. Will do. Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Heading to the operational area. On the move. Heading to the operational area. On the move. Ready. Got it. Arrived at destination. On the scene. Understood.
Chaos escalation averted.
Will do. Task completed. Got it. Understood. Arrived at destination.
Heading to operational area.
On the move.
Arrived at destination.
Listening. Will do. Arrived at destination.
Ready. Got it.
Heading to operational area.
On the move.
Task completed.
Ready. Understood. Arrived at destination. Listening. Recalling. Returning to base.
Awaiting Got it. Ready. Crew, returning to base. Task completed.
Task completed.
New orders received.
Using special skill.
On the scene. On the move. Red.
Ready. Got it. Listening.
Listening. Will do. Listening. Recall. Returning to base. Listening. Unable to comply.
Task completed.
Ready. Task. Crew. Returning to base.
Ready. Crew still in action. Moving out. Heading to operational area.
Awaiting instructions.
On the scene. Arrived at destination. Using special skill. Ready.
Listening. Understood. Listening.
An emergency has been completed.
Vehicle on the move. Arrived at destination.
On the scene.
Task completed. Task completed. Heading to the operational area. Arrived at destination.
Using will do.
Ready. Vehicle on the move. Unable to comply.
Ready.
Awaiting instructions.
List can't do that. On the move.
Awaiting instruction. Moving out. Will do. Arrived at destination. Listening. Will do.
Unable to comply.
Fred, I'm on the move.
Awaiting. Ready. Returning to base.
Task completed.
Listening. Crew, returning to base. Listening. Crew, returning to base.
Heading to operational area.
Heading to operational area.
Listening. Returning to base. Arrived at destination.
On the move.
Ready. Listening. Recalling crew. Returning to base. Listening.
Ready. Will do. On the scene.
Awaiting instructions. Awaiting. Will do. On the move.
On the move.
Arrived at destination. Tap.
Ready. Recalling crew. Listening. Recalling. Returning to base. Can't do.
Listening.
Ready. Will do. Await.
Ready. Will do. Listening. Understood. Ready. Recall. Returning to base.
Ready. Returning to base.
Awaiting instructions. Listening. Task. Crew, return. Returning to base.
New orders received.
Await. Returning to base.
Task completed.
An emergency has been completed.
Heading to operational area.
Heading to operational area.
Heading to operational area. Ready.
Listening. Got it. I'm awaiting instructions.
Ready. Will do. On the scene.
Awaiting it. Understood. On the move. On the move. Awaiting instruction.
Listening.
Task completed. Arrived at destiny.
Understood. Ready. Recalling crew.
Awaiting instructions.
Listen.
Listening. Got it.
Ready.
Listening. I can't do that.
Ready. Will do. Understood. Got it.
Task complete.
Listening. Recalling. Returning to base. Task completed.
Ready. Crew, return. Returning to base. Ready.
List on my way. Got it. Awaiting instruction. Understood. On the move. Heading to operational area. Awaiting instruction. Crew returning to base. Task on the scene.
Awaiting instruction. Got it.
List.
Listening. Understood. Task completed.
Heading to operational area.
Task completed.
Task completed.
New orders received.
Using special skill.
Awaiting. Got it.
Awaiting instructions. I can't do that. Returning to base.
Ready. Crew, returning to base. Listening. Recalling. Returning to base. Task completed.
Arrive.
Ready. Understood.
Using special skill. Awaiting instruction. Returning to base.
Task completed. Heading to the operational area. Heading to operational area.
An emergency has been completed.
On the move. Taking down. What? I can't do that. Got it. Taking damage. I can't do that. Got it. Arrived at. Can't do that. Will do.
Heading to operational area.
Ready. Can't do that. Unable to. I can't do that. Can't do that. Waiting. Listening. Reporting total loss. Awaiting. Unable to comply. Awaiting instructions. Taking damage. On my way. Ready. I can't do that. Ready. Taking damage. Entering vehicle. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
Ready. Returning to base.
Listening. Returning to base.
Listening. Returning to base.
On the move. Heading to operational area. On the scene. Can't do that. Will do. Alright. I can't do that. Got it.
Heading to operational area.
Heading to operational area.
On the...
Will do.
Awaiting instructions.
Awaiting instructions. Ready. On the scene. On the scene.
Wind direction change. East.
Listening. Destination confirmed. Ready. Arrived at destination. Awaiting instructions. Unable to comply. Returning to base.
Ready.
Ready. Returning to base. On the move. Task completed. Awaiting Got it. Awaiting instruction. Will do. On the scene. Listening. I can't. Unable to comply. Oh, unable to comply. Got it. On the move. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Arrived at destination.
Listening. Will do.
Awaiting instructions. Listening. Understood. Task completed. On the move. Will do. Task completed. On the move.
Awaiting recall. Returning to base.
Heading to operational area. Ready.
Await. Understood.
Arrived at destination.
Heading to operational area.
Ready. Oh, can't do that. Listening. Unable to comply.
On the scene.
Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instruction. Got it.
Task completed. Ready. Entering vehicle.
Listening. Returning to base.
Listening.
Ready. Task completed. Crew. Returning to base.
On the move. Using special skill. Arrived at destination.
Ready. Understood.
On the move. Moving out. On the scene. Ready. Returning to base. Listening. Returning to base. Arrived at Listen.
Waiting instructions. Got it.
An emergency has been completed.
Task completed. Task completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area. On the scene. Heading to operational area. Under fire! Oh,
Ready. Understood. Under fire.
ready.
Listening. Understood. Listening. Will do.
Listening. Crew, return. Returning. Awaiting. Recall. Returning to base.
On the move. Entering the danger zone.
Awaiting instruction. Got it. Will do. Task completed.
New orders received.
Ready. Crew, returning.
Awaiting instruction. Returning to base.
An emergency has been completed.
On the move. Ready. Arrived at destination. Got it. Heading to operational area. On the move. Awaiting instructions. I can't do that. I can't. Got it. Can't do that. Arrived at destination. Ready. Heading to operational area. On the move. Listening. And on the scene. Ready. Vehicle on the move. Can't do that. Got it.
Ready. Will do. Listen. Got it.
Awaiting. Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Task completed.
On the move. Arrive.
Awaiting instruction. Will do.
Task completed. Task completed. On the move. Awaiting instructions. Returning to vehicle.
Listening. Returning to base. Awaiting crew. Returning to base.
On the scene.
Awaiting. Understood. Ready.
Listening.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Crew returning to...
Awaiting instruction. Returning to base.
Awaiting instructions. Unable to comply.
Task completed. Heading to operational area.
Heading to operational area. Ready. Got it.
Awaiting instructions.
Using special skill. Listen.
Listening. Got it.
Arrived at destination. Awaiting instruction. Returning to base.
Listening. Recalling. Returning to base. Task completed. Task completed. On the move. Heading to operational area.
On the move. Using special skill. I can't
On
do
this-
that. Heading to operate. Listening. Will do. Awaiting got it. Listening. Up.
Listening. Got it.
Ready. Returning to
Awaiting instruction. Understood. Task completed.
New orders received.
Task completed.
heading to operational area. Returning to base. Using special skill. Using special skill.
Awaiting instruction. Recall. Returning to base. Ready. Crew. Returning to base.
Listening.
An emergency has been completed.
On the move. Heading to operational area. On the move. Ah, can't do that. Got it. Can't do that. Will do. But unable to comply. Understood. Task completed. Ready. Will do. Can't do that. Got it. Awaiting. Got it. Taking damage. Listening. Returning to base. Vehicle on the move. On the scene. Will do. Listening. Understood. On the move. Task completed. Heading to operational area. Listen, I can't do that. Alright, got it. Can't do that. Will do. Ready. Unable to understood. Task completed. Listening. Got it. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Will do. Understood. Got it. Task completed. Will do. On the move. Ready. Returning to base. Arrived at destination.
Awaiting. Understood. On the move. On the move.
On the awaiting instruction. Got it. I can't do that.
On the scene.
Awaiting instructions. Will do.
Await. Listen. Will do. Heading to operational area. Awaiting instructions. Will do. Arrived at destination.
Ready. Understood. Task completed.
Listening. Task completed. Understood. Ready. Awaiting instructions.
Listening. Recalling crew. Returning to base. Awaiting instruction. Crew, return. Returning to base. Task completed.
Using special awaiting it.
Ready. Understood.
Awaiting instruct. Crew returning to base. On the scene.
Task completed. Awaiting instruction. Will do.
I can't do that. Unable to comply.
Task completed.
Using special skill. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions.
Task completed.
Ready. Transporting patient.
Task completed. Task completed.
An emergency has been completed.